Yo YouTube, how you guys doing? Welcome back to the series where we are talking about the builds that you should be looking for as a newer player. If you're trying to learn a killer, if you're kind of newer and you're just starting out and maybe you don't have every perk unlocked. So if you guys are new to this series, it's a series I've been doing where I'm going through every killer from start to finish, from the top to the bottom, and we're doing a video on a perk for a newer killer and then also a build for a perk for like an experienced killer. Basically, it's essentially like the perks. Like essentially, this video is going to be nothing but the non-teachable perks as well as the perks for the 5 free killers, which are Trapper, Wraith, Billy, Nurse, and Huntress. I was told that there was some more free killers on like console if you get like some version of the game or something, but I know on Steam these are the only free killers, so I'm only going to be using these ones. Every other killer you have to unlock with either shards or money. So yeah. So first off, before we do anything else, I just want to say that I did make a whole ass nurse guide on my channel, and it's probably one of my favorite videos I've ever made. I think it's one of the better ones as far as like information and just as far as quality tutorials go. So I'll link that down below. If you guys are someone that wants to learn nurse, I would highly suggest watching that. It talks about a lot between like gameplay and builds and everything, but we're just going to disregard that and pretend I never made it for the sake of like discussing this build. So I think the most important perk on Nurse is Shadowborn. This is a Wraith teachable that makes your FOV bigger. That's all it does. Just makes your FOV bigger. But this is huge for Nurse, man. Huge. Because you're constantly blinking around, you know? Like, it's really hard to keep track of things while you're warping through time and space. You know what I mean? And also, after you're done blinking, you go into a fatigue where your camera gets all dark and it drops down low. So the extra FOV helps a lot with both of those instances. It really helps you keep track of where survivors are and keep your vision on them. Vision is really important with Nurse. We're also going to be running the Sloppy Butcher. Again, this is a perk you guys are probably going to be seeing a lot this series. But I also think this is exceptionally good on Nurse since every single one of her hits is a basic attack. She's not able to hit anybody that isn't a basic attack. Like a blink hit counts. So yeah, every hit that you hit is going to be a Sloppy Butcher hit, which is super, super good. And then you can go even further and talk about Nurse's Calming as well, which is one of her teachable perks that makes it so you can see when people are healing within 28 meters. So the idea behind this is you hit them with Sloppy Butcher, which hits them with like a slower healing speed, and then while they're healing, you can see them really far away, and you're a nurse, so you can blink through walls, right? No matter where they are, you can literally blink directly on top of them. It's not like you're somebody like Wraith or Trapper or something that has to walk around a bunch of walls and shit. Nah, man, you teleport right through them bitches, and you wind up right on top of their face. So this is a really good combo on Nurse. Really, really good. This fourth perk I left empty because I think this is more of like a flex slot. I think you could fill this in with a lot of stuff. I think this is more like depending on maybe where you're struggling or just what the final thing that you want to boost in. I think some good options here are Thanatophobia, which is another nurse perk. It kind of just helps you slow down the game the more people you have injured, which comboed with Sloppy is really good because it'll, you know, hopefully people will stay injured for longer since it takes longer for them to heal. And it also kind of combos with Nurse's Calling as well because it makes them want to heal so that they can get rid of the debuff, which also means you can probably see them with Nurse. So that's a really good option. There's some other like notable choices. Like if you want more tracking, if you want to be able to find people more, Whispers can be really good, which is probably what I'm going to end up running this video. Again, if you're somebody that's still kind of newer to Whispers and you're not comfortable using it yet and you don't want to take the time to learn, you could always run Spies. Spies is a pretty good replacement as well for tracking that you can use that does a pretty decent job on most maps. And I think those are the most viable options, but you really could fill it in with something even more. Like you can fill it in with something like Bloodhound too, which is another Wraith teachable. Like if you're having trouble tracking people, I know that she goes into fatigue and whatnot. So if you're struggling with like keeping track of the survivor that you just hit after your fatigue, you could run Bloodhound, which makes the blood light up bright red. So there's things like that you could replace it with too. I think the best option here is either Whispers or Thanatophobia, but this is really a flex slot. You can do whatever you want with it. These three are the main important perks of this build. We're also going to be running 2 add-ons that are really, really good for new players. Wooden Horse is a very underrated add-on. This is only a common, so a lot of people kind of overlook it, but it says moderately decreases extra fatigue from missed blink attacks. And if you guys don't know the way this works, when you swing and miss after a blink, it adds an entire second to your fatigue. And just to give you some context, like most fatigues are between 2 and 3 seconds. So an extra second is a long time when you compare it to how long a fatigue usually is. There's a whole formula to fatigue. If you guys want to know it, you can check out my nurse guide. But this cuts off the entire 1 second. If it's not the entire 1 second, it's like 95% of it. It basically makes the extra second you get from missing an attack completely gone, which is huge, dude. This means as like a newer player, you can kind of just go for swings all the time without really having to worry about the extra penalty. Whereas if you don't have this add-on, every time that you swing and you miss, you get a huge penalty and you go through a way longer fatigue, and then the survivors get even more distance, which makes it even harder for you to catch them with the next set of blinks. This is a really good add-on. This is a really good add-on even if you're an experienced nurse player. It's just a good add-on. And then we're also running Fragile Wheeze, which is the same, it's right in the same boat. It makes you recharge your blinks faster. So basically, if you mess up your blinks, or even if you land your blinks, you just get more opportunities to blink, right? Like you don't have to wait as long to get to the next set of blinks, which means that you get more practice, which means you have more time and more opportunities to improve. So that's essentially the gist of it. And let's just go play some games. Yeah. All right, let's do this. Pretty good map. And again, I think this build is actually pretty solid. Like, usually when it comes to these games, I'm like, all right, so the build we're running is kind of shit because it's just beginner perks or whatever. But this is actually, like, no joke, just a pretty solid nurse build. Like, this is pretty decent, I would say. So let's see how good these guys are. Oh, I thought he doubled back, but he just kept running in a straight line. I thought he would, like, come by this window if he was running, but he didn't. He just ran in a straight fucking line. Oh, there's a knee out there too. Coming back. Hey, dude, how you doing? How you doing, friendo? That was not where I wanted to blink at all. I was trying to go to the other side of this pallet, but I did not hold it long enough. Dude, the blink recharge add-ons are nice, though. They are real nice. This guy doesn't seem like he's doubling back ever. That's another thing about Nurse. I'm gonna kind of just like commentate my own gameplay, I guess, and try to like, just give whatever like dumb tips I can think to give. The thing about Nurse is it's a lot of like basing it around the person that you're chasing. Like, I noticed that this Ace was never doubling back, you know? He was never like trying to double back around corners whenever I blink. Like, he was always just kind of running straight. And because I noticed that, I just knew that I could just blink where he was going and not have to worry about it. You know what I mean? Did she? There's so many scratch marks here that I'm getting confused. I don't know who's who. Like, those scratch marks on the left, I wasn't sure if they were Nia's or if they were someone else's, but I'm pretty sure that they were this guy's now. Now I'm fairly sure that they were this guy's, and Nia's was, like, just back there. Wait, what are you guys doing? They have flashlights. That guy had sprint burst 99% in. What the fuck? What a psycho. I'm gonna fake pick this guy up to try to bait the flashlight. Never mind, he's not even here. I don't understand what he's doing. I thought I was gonna go for the flashlight, but I guess not. I guess he was scared. I guess he was a scared boy. Yeah, you know what? Basement's right here, dude. Fuck him. You know what? Fuck him. To the basement he goes. It's right front and center on this map, too, which is pretty nice, you know? Right smack dab in the middle of everything. None too shabby. They were doing this gen, so let's go kind of take a little peek at it. They are still working on this gen. They ran this way. Oh, there she is. It's the Nia again. Well, I mean, that's a free hit. I kind of got to get this free hit, you know? Hello? I mean, it might be a free down. No, not you. Might be a free down, even. Man, my blinks are not... These are not great blinks, I'm going to be honest. Consider this a de-rusting game. Because these blinks are not very solid, I gotta say. I'm barely squeezing out these hits right now. This is not ideal. Come here, my friend. That was a laggy hook. All right, they did pop that gen. Again, the big thing that I kind of noticed about these like beginner builds that make them kind of suck. I shouldn't say that make them suck, but it makes it like really hard to build as a new player, is that there's no regression. Like, you don't have like any regression perks, basically, you know? You don't have access to Pop Goes the Weasel. You don't have access to Ruin. Nice dead hard. You don't have access to like a lot of the different perks that kind of help you slow the game down. I mean, I think Sloppy does a pretty good job of helping you slow the game down, but like, there's definitely better perks that you could run if you had better perks, and you kind of just don't have any as like a new player. So it's kind of a bummer, you know? All we have right now is like Sloppy Butcher, essentially. I kind of need to slug here. These guys are being efficient. Like, they're splitting up, they're slamming gens, they're staying injured and doing gens, so I kind of need to play a little bit. I need to play tactical myself, you know? You can say. That was a good juke. That was actually a really good juke. He looked like he was going left, and then he like juked back to the right like immediately. This guy's getting healed. This is where Nurse's Calling comes in really useful. Very, very useful. Again, Sloppy made that take longer, so if it wasn't for Sloppy, she probably would have been picked up in Gonzo. So Sloppy kept her down longer. Nurses like told us where she was. Wham, bam, bam, wombo combo, and then she's dead, you know? And look at that. Now we have a ton of map pressure, dude. Now we have map pressure 4 days. I saw scratch marks over here. Was he nearby? I'm just gonna hook. I'm not too worried about it. We have plenty of pressure now. I just had to get some pressure because these guys were kind of doing gens often. So I just wanted to get some pressure down just to stop them from doing them for a little bit, you know? Like, there ain't no gens getting done now, you know? Ain't no generators getting done now. Now we got a nice little buffer, you know? A nice little buffer. I'm gonna let him heal that guy over there. I'm not really too worried about it. I'll hook these two guys. That Jeff or whoever it was can get picked up, and then they can, you know, try to go from there. Or is she even gonna get picked up? What's this guy doing? What in the hell is this guy doing? Hello? How is this guy still on the ground? He might be sneaking around over there to get the unhooked. That might be what it is. She's dead. What the fuck was this last guy doing? Is this last guy just terrified? What's happening? There he goes. Holy shit, that took forever. I don't know where the down guy is. Hi, friends. That's a nice flashlight. Yeah, I agree. I agree with you, dude. That's a really cool flashlight. I think the ace is heading to him now. Maybe? Yeah, there he is. We'll get him. And now we can kind of start playing a little bit nicer again. Like, now that we stopped the gens, we can go back to being a little bit nice and not slugging so much. Like, I could have slugged here, but I don't think it's really needed now, you know? I can go back to being a nice, chill, relaxed killer. You know, hooking and repeating, all that good jazz. This dude ran away somewhere. I don't really know where he went. I'm hoping I can catch these guys off healing, but they might not even heal. They might just stay injured. There's no whispers going off over here, so I know not to look. Now whispers is going on, so maybe over this way? Hello? Hey! How are you doing, dude? Hey, fantasy and you here. See, that's why whispers is quality, man. Like, even in the mid game, dude, whispers can be so good. Like, I saw whispers click on once I got like near the side of the map. I walked over here and it was still going off. I saw blood in front of the locker. Bam, bam, boom. We get a kill, you know, just like that. Easy peasy. Such a good perk, dude. Such a good perk once you learn to use it. Absolutely god tier. I also do want to say that this perk or this build is kind of like I was saying, there's no real game slowdown on this build. So if you are like someone who's brand new to Nurse and you're trying to use this build, like I was able to win this game against these guys even though they were playing like decently efficiently because of like the fact that I'm like, I don't know, I don't want to sound like pretentious and douchey, but I'm like a pretty good Nurse, you know? Like I definitely understand Nurse pretty well. And I was able to just like kind of create a bunch of map pressure by just downing everybody. You know what I mean? But if you're like a newer Nurse player who's still learning, you might not be able to do that. And then you might have some games where the gens just get done like mega fast, you know? This guy's gonna dead hard me, but that's okay. Okay, never mind. I was literally just accepting that he was gonna dead hard me and just swinging at him. But I guess he was trying to be greedy? I'm not even gonna argue. I know he has dead hard. I think he was just being greedy. But anyway, yeah. You definitely might have some games where all the gens just get done like super fucking fast. Like it is pretty likely that that will happen from time to time. I saw scratch marks here, but I didn't see any blood. So just a fair warning, like if you're trying to learn Nurse, you kind of got to be ready to lose a lot. Like you need to be prepared to lose quite often. I had a feeling. I just had a feeling. I saw scratch marks near here and I was like, this guy's probably just hiding. And that locker, I don't know why, that's always everyone's go-to locker, dude. Every time. Every time it's their go-to locker. All right, well, there you go. GG's. GG's, boys. GG's. None too shabby for our first game. All right. GG's. We pipped up. Let's go. Rank 1 gaming. All right, we're gaming now. GG's, boys. GG's. All right, let's go next. We're gonna make another build, but it's gonna be probably pretty similar to this one because this is kind of just the bee's knees, you know? Like if knees had bees, wait, that's not right. If bees had knees, it would be this build for Nurse, basically. So let's go round 2. Guys, I gotta say, I was looking at the list of perks that I had available to use for this video, and like, there's no other build. There's no other build, guys. This is the build. This is like the build that I think you want as a nurse without like if you don't have the options of paid characters, if it's just free killers, this is the build, dude. I'm gonna put on Thanatophobia this time instead of Whispers, because again, I think Whispers is hard to use as like a newer killer player. If you're someone that's still learning, you might not know how to use Whispers that well. Like, I don't think Whispers is only good if you're good with it, right? And if you're learning Nurse, you might not want to be trying to focus on learning Nurse and Whispers. Like, just learning Nurse itself is hard. So we're gonna slap on Thanatophobia. This is a good perk, and I think it'll help with the problem that I was talking about with like no regression. You know, I think the whole like no slowdown thing will definitely get solved with this perk. You know, it won't completely solve it, but it'll help it. It'll help it at least. So this again combos super well because people are gonna want to heal to get rid of this, which also helps your Nurse's calling. This just combos really well with the build, so I think it'll be really good. These add-ons again are staying the exact same, super good. This thing I forgot to mention, Dead Hard is like probably the biggest fuck you to Nurse. Right? Like, people that run Dead Hard are awful to go against as Nurse, because it's basically just a third health state, because you go into fatigue whenever you miss. But this is like so good. This is like the anti-Dead Hard add-on. It's so good. So I forgot to mention that as well. That makes this even better still. Yeah, this build is just the tits. Let's go do another one. Oof, Midwich. This is like man, I never know if this is a good or a bad Nurse map. By the way, also, I've been feeling Nurse lately, dude. You know? I've kind of been in like a Nurse mood lately. So I might go back to doing that thing where I just start uploading Nurse games. Just cause fuck it, you know? Like, no real purpose or meaning behind it. Just fucking, just Nurse games. You know what I mean? I know I've done that in the past, and people have told me, like, you know, I've gotten good feedback from it. Like, people told me that they liked it. So, maybe I'll start doing that again. Seems like it might be a good idea. Nurse is so fun, dude. She's such a fun killer when you can play her well. Like, when you're still learning her, she can be insanely frustrating. But when you, like, know her and you're, like actually having a good game as Nurse is, like, one of the best feelings in the world, dude. Like, you just feel like a god. Oh, hey, dude. How are you? I'm actually vaulting this because I don't want to waste my blink. You might be like, what the fuck are you doing vaulting windows as Nurse? But I really don't want to waste my, I don't want to waste my blinks, because if I would have blinked through it, then, like, I would have had to wait for it to recharge and blah, 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 blah. Basically, what I'm saying is bamboozle Nurse incoming, boys. Bamboozle Nurse incoming, dude. You guys thought it was a meme? Nope. Nope. Legit strat. That was a horrible blink. I just want to see if anyone was on that gen, but they weren't. All right. We need to get... Oh, hey. We need to get multiple hits on different people. The more people we can get injured, the better. Because we want to get a lot of Thanatophobia going, you know? Oh. Okay. That was a really, really big desk, I guess. Let me get vision on her before I blink. All right. My first blink was kind of badly placed, but we got her in a good spot now. She should be basically dead. I'm just going to wait for both my blinks just to be sure. Perfect. Also, what are you doing outside? Hello? Are you okay? Do you have a flashlight? You have a toolbox. How did I miss that? I'm going for it, boys. I'm going for it. We're going in. What was she doing out there? Was she trying to set up for a Sabo play, maybe? Oh, you're right here. I was going to blink up, but turns out she's right here. Maybe she was going for a Sabo play. Oh, no, she's right there. Fuck, 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 fuck. Yeah, fuck. I was trying to hit him. Touche. That was well played. I wasn't actually looking. I probably should have looked out for that. That was my fault. Is he still here? Yeah, he's still here. That's actually okay. We can get more hits for Thanatophobia. That is a-okay with me. As a matter of fact, we might be able to just kill this guy. Ignore the fact that I can't speak English, apparently. Fucking dead hard. See what I mean? But again, wooden horse, baby. Wooden horse. There's the last guy. That's pretty nice. We know where everyone is now. We'll down him. We'll hook him real quick. Again, we have 3 stacks of Thanat right now. 3 people are affected by Thanat, which is really good. Like, they're probably going to want a full heal over there. They might already be full healing, which is really good because, again, Sloppy Butcher makes healing take longer. So this is just all time wasted that they're spending not doing gens, you know? All this is just time that isn't being put into generators, which is good. That is very good for us. More stacks of Thanatophobia. Even more. I want that far away guy that's full health. That's who I want. You, yes. Maximum Thanatophobia. I'm going to try to 1 blinker. This is kind of brave. I probably should have waited for 2. Yeah, that was really brave. You know what? We got her dead hard. That was actually really good. That was actually really, really good. The fact that she dead hearted, it was kind of the laggiest dead heart I may have ever seen in my life, but it was still really good. We got her this time. She's dead, though. She's dead, so. And again, look at these guys always wanting to heal and shit. This guy is dead hard too. Let's see if we can get bait him. Yep. And now we're good, dude. Now we're in the clear. You spread out some damage and now we're fucking golden, dude. Now they do gens really slow. If they try to heal, it's gonna take fucking forever. And we'll be able to see them. Like, it's basically GG at this point, you know? It's essentially over. Like, once you get the snowball rolling with this build, as long as you don't fuck up, right? Like, as long as you don't slip up and take like a really long time in a chase, you're basically golden. Like, you basically just win. That might have been unbreakable, because is that in range of Nurse's Calling? No, they're being healed over there. Oh, that didn't go far enough. That first blink was, oh, there's lockers there. That's why. Okay, that's why the blink didn't go far enough. I'm actually gonna go back and pick up that guy at downs. This dude might think I'm camping him and he might kill himself on hook. Yeah, he did. But I just wanted to pick this guy up. Come here, friendo. Come on, buddy. Come on, bud. You know what? I think I'm gonna retract my statement and say that this map is good. This is a good nurse map, I think. I think I used to call this map a bad nurse map because of all the bugs it had. Like, it used to have like bugged out hallways where you couldn't blink in them at all. And now that that's not a thing anymore, it just feels like it's overall good. Can I just get straight up there? Again, that's all this build, dude. That is all this build. Just being able to see exactly where they are at all times. Fucking disgusting. I actually positioned that blink horribly. I wanted to blink like a little bit further away from the pallet to avoid that, but you know what? It's all good. It happens, you know? It happens. What you gonna do? That was all the build though there, dude. That's all the build. You start getting a lot of hits on a lot of people, and then you just walk around and you just see them healing, you know? You literally just see them healing, and then guess what? You're fucking nurse, baby. You blink through walls. You go through everything, dude. So you just blink right to them, you know? Wherever they are, you just get maximum blink range away, and then you max blink onto their face, and then they fucking die. And ta-da, you win the match. Just like that. You are now a wiener. Hatches didn't even spawn yet, so we can't even look for that. I'm just gonna break shit, because like, what the fuck else can I do right now? Might as well break some shit, you know? Ain't nothing else going on in her life. Might as well break shit. Nothing out here. She just went to struggle. I guess I'll port back up. She's dead. We'll port down, see if we can find hatch, I guess. I don't know. I think the game's just kind of over at this point. We'll see if we can find hatch before this guy. There's one right here. Damn. Damn. We'll see if we can find it. Oh, more shit to break, dude. More blood points, baby. Let's go. Blood point me up, Johnny. Oh, nope, he got it. All right, well, GG's. GG's. That was a good one as well. Pretty solid games, man. Again, I've just been enjoying playing nurse, dude. I was actually really looking forward to this video because I was really just looking forward to playing nurse again, dude. I love nurse, man. Again, let me know how you guys feel about that. If you guys just want more nurse play, I feel like I ask this all the time and everyone just tells me yes. So I don't know why I bother asking, but I think I'm just gonna upload some like plain old nurse gameplay one of these days. Just fucking queuing up a rank 1 and just shitting on people, you know? It's always a good time, dude. Nurse is such a fun killer. GG's was pretty solid. These guys actually burnt hatch offerings and a key, but they got a map without Killer Shack, and they didn't get any gens done, so that kind of also makes it a little bit harder to get it makes it a little bit harder to get hatch with multiple people when you get 0 gens done. But hey, GG's, boys. GG's. All right, guys, that is gonna be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Again, I can't stress this enough. I know you guys are probably like, shut up, Tofu, we get it. But go watch my nurse video. Go watch my nurse guide. It's probably the best guide video I've made on this channel so far. I'm actually semi-proud of it, okay? So go check it out. If you want to learn nurse, that's probably your best bet. Go check it out. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you guys learned a thing or two, that's fucking awesome. That's what I'm hoping for. If you guys liked the video, feel free to like it. Helps me a lot with the algorithm and gets more people to find my videos. Subscribe to the channel as well because I'm uploading literally daily. Well, sometimes daily, mostly daily. And also stop by my live stream. I'm live on Twitch 6 nights a week over at twitch.tv/OhTofu. So feel free to stop by and say hello. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I'm getting out of here. Hope you guys have a good rest of your night. I'm out of here. See ya. Take care. See ya. I'm out of here. See ya. See you later. See ya.